Welcome back to MTFC TV. Joining me at this time is manager Dave Frecklington. Dave, what have you found? Been Matlock manager for 2 weeks. What's your experience?
Really enjoyed the challenge. We knew it was going to be a tough challenge when we first took over. Obviously, the first two performances that we've had, we've been pleased with the work ethic. Obviously, we've kept it pretty basic in terms of the South Shields game where we settled 4-4-2. Came up against a very good side, which we feel they've got every chance of making probably promotion, if not the championship. And then obviously we had a couple of sessions which with obviously the players are getting used to a different approach in terms of intensity, different training exercises, techniques. So you know we're in transition. There's no doubt about that, and we need to try and lift the spirits of everyone at the football club. And but it wasn't any different to what we thought it would be.
Speaking of transition, we've seen 8 players leave currently, and I believe with Ross Durant, new signing who we're going to talk about in a few moments, 8 come in. Do you feel you're getting towards the sort of squad you want now?
Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere near. You know, we've inherited some good players at the football club. The numbers have just been too many. You know, we inherited 30 players, so including 3 or 4 the ones that were in the academy last year who have made first team appearances. So any manager that comes in is going to want to bring his own players in, players that he trusts and worked with before to give a feel of what the manager wants, what me, Terry and Chris want. But you know, we don't feel we're far away. We feel it's just fine margins at the moment, and there'll probably be 3 or 4 more going out the building, whether that's dual reg or to get game time elsewhere. We just don't want people to sit in the stands. It's important they're getting game time as and when we record them, or depending on what the players want to do themselves. So we've got 3 or 4 maybe coming in, and hopefully that'll get a decent blend and some balance to the squad.
To talk briefly about Ross, to break the fourth wall a bit, we'll be interviewing him later on tonight hopefully. What was it about Ross that made you want to bring him to the club?
At Gainsborough last year we had Ross in for pre-season with Richard, and you know we'd already done a deal with Richard on a season-long loan. It just didn't work how we wanted it to work for the reasons that there were. Ross then went and played at North Ferriby United in the Conference North and had an outstanding season. You know, got his move to Alfreton in the summer. It's not quite worked out for Ross at Alfreton, but you know he's a goalkeeper that's improved immensely since last season, and obviously Ferriby got relegated. They finished bottom of the league, and but it didn't affect Ross's confidence one bit. It made him a better goalkeeper, and he's still very young. He's 22, so he's got his best years ahead of him, and unfortunately with it not working out, Alfreton has been Matlock's game, and it's just an opportunity that I feel at this moment in time I couldn't really miss out on. He's local, which is obviously key for him, and he's got a point to prove. So he's hungry, he's the right age. Same with Taryn Hare, Tom Davey, 22, 23 years old, hungry and want to try and get back up the levels. So that's the kind of player that we're looking to attract, and he's got aspirations of playing higher. So it's win-win all round.
Would you say between Jordan, Ross and Richard it's a bit of a fight for the number 1 jersey now? It's up for grabs?
Yeah, it's important that we have competition for each position. You don't have to look at our areas for wing-backs or full-backs. You've got Taryn Hare, Tom Davey, Jordan Lemon and Jake Green. So 4 very good players, and we've got competition centre-half wise. You've got to look at Dwayne now's available this Saturday. Yates is not far from full fitness. Lee Beavers and Brad Beats, and it's just midfield we need to strengthen. We need some extra bodies in midfield, and probably looking to get some quality in the final third as well to add to what we've got.
Talk briefly about Nathan Whitehead, who's made his return to Proctor Stadium. I'm not sure if you're aware, he had a very, very brief spell here under Glenn Kirkwood and Craig Hopkins, where I think it's fair to say he didn't really get a chance to shine in the side. So some fans with him coming back have questioned what's the thinking behind that. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, well, Nathan's no stranger to me, Terry and Chris. He played near on 70, 80 games at Lincoln and Spalding, and we had 2 very successful spells, playoffs in both years. So he's used to being in winning teams. Obviously left Spalding, it's not really worked out for him, but you know, again, a local lad, he's not really had an opportunity to step up, and the ball's in Nathan's court. You know, he's just hungry to prove himself again at this level, at his local club. And if we can get Nathan sharp and back to somewhere near his full fitness, he knows how we play. So, you know, we feel Nathan will be a good addition to the squad. And like I said, when you've got players that have got a bit between the teeth and wanting to prove a point, they can be key to any team success.
I believe on Saturday you played with 3 centre-backs and 2 wing-backs. Would you say you found your preferred formation for your team currently, or are you still searching?
Yeah, no, we're still searching. You know, we're looking to try and, you know, keep clean sheets, but unfortunately we came up against a Stalybridge team that had added some quality and with 3 really good goals. So I was pleased with the defence on Saturday. I was pleased with the team in many aspects, because we're still a work in progress. We're still trying to adapt a different style of play. You know, we kept Stalybridge out of box for the majority of the game, and you know, like I said, you keep teams out your box, you're quite happy with it unless they score from 25-30 yards, which 2 of the goals were. But we're still looking to bring 1 or 2 in, and there might be 1 or 2 go out, so we're just trying to make sure we try and find the right formula very quickly, and you know, we're hoping to nail that down in the next week or so.
To talk about the Stalybridge game, I believe their Twitter actually said that the penalty appeal in the first half, around the 30th minute mark, was a Stonewall penalty. What's your thoughts on that?
I'd rather not talk about that penalty really, but it's a massive game changer in my eyes. You know, you don't want to blame officials or decisions that go against you, because ultimately, you know, you've got enough minutes in the game previous to the decision or after the decision to do something about it. You know, it was 0-0 at the time. We were well in the game, and they're the kind of decisions that, you know, should have gone our way. And you score the penalty, you 1-0 up, different game. And it's important that we try and get the first goal at the moment and give the team a little bit of a lift and a bit of confidence. Gives you something to hold on to. But yeah, it was you could hear the contact. You know, it was loud, it was clear, and the referee said that Tom had made the contact with him. So yeah, just a disappointing decision we didn't get.
Sadly, it was only a consolation of the day, but Craig Westcott grabbing his first goal for Matlock. Do you think that's going to be a confidence boost for Craig? Yeah, I thought Craig was excellent all game. You know, as a focal point, you know, he works his socks off. You know, he was big and strong. He's everything that we wanted in the position. He was just a little bit isolated. You know, we couldn't get up the pitch quick enough to support him, which was disappointing. But you know, it never stopped Craig from concentrating on his own job, and what he brought to the team was brilliant. You know, hopefully we can get some more support in and around him, and we'll start seeing even more of Craig Westcott. Just go back to formations briefly. Are you somebody who favours the 2 up top formation, or are you someone who just likes 1 up top with wingers? We've always seemed to play, you know, in the teams we've had success with. You know, we've had a 2 up top, with a 4-4-2 or 3-5-2. We wanted to try and pack the midfield and be hard to beat and hard to break down last week. Didn't quite work out in terms of the result, but the performance, I thought, in certain areas we looked more structure, and we had a lot more solidarity about us. But yeah, we do like to try and get 2 up top, and whether that's the 2 wingers or wide and 1 up top. So yeah, we just need to try and make sure we keep the back door shut, as we've been trying to say for a while, but hopefully trying to get some more support to the front men. Given, I believe, he's just drove past, so it'd be rude not to speak about him. You've in your first 2 games, Cleveland Taylor's taken the captain's armband. What was the thinking behind that decision? His experience more than anything. He's got really good leadership qualities. Played the game professionally in good levels in non-league. He's a voice for the team. He's someone that you can look up to, and he's still got that, you know, desire to win football matches, and it's important that we have enough people like Cleveland around to make sure that we try and just make sure others are doing the job properly. And for me, just taking over, I thought he was the right choice for this moment in time. Yeah. To finish things off, a few fans have worried about the club goal scoring front currently. I believe we've got 2 goals in the last 5 games. 2 of those you're only in charge for. Are you looking to add another goal scorer to your front line? We're always looking. You know, we're always looking for quality. Obviously, we inherited quite a lot of contracted players, and you know, we've got to be careful and mindful of the budget. You know, we just can't go and rip it all up and get a brand new
18-man squad. You know, we don't want to do that neither. We feel we've got quality in here. It's just making sure we play to their strengths and get the best out of those forward-thinking players. Tonight we're going to put a session on as well for some final third work, which will hopefully benefit us come Saturday. But we're always looking in the market, and if we can get, you know, players in to benefit the squad, then we'll do that.
Do you have in mind what your side is already for Saturday, or is there a chance for lads to make a mark tonight?
Yeah, we've got a side in mind, but again, you know, we've had Jordan Chappell train well Tuesday. Obviously Yates's trained Tuesday, but it's probably a little bit early for Yatesy. Obviously Sean's broke down now. We just got news that he's got a fracture in his bone in his foot, so he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks, which is a blow, because he trained fully on Tuesday. But yeah, we've got a team in mind. It's just making sure we all get through the session, you know, with a clean bill of health, and hopefully ready for Farsley Saturday.
Right, we'll finish there. Thank you very much, Dave Frecklington.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.